Okay, so it's the next morning, and overall painting this went really good. The only issue, and I don't even know if it's going to show up on the camera, but there's a slight run right there, and yeah, you can see it on the camera, I can see it now. But there's a slight run there, and there's one in the same spot on the other side, but overall it went really, really good. I mean, it is just as smooth as can be. And so, what color this is we wanted to do it red. Red was originally what my dad was going to do whenever he first did this truck, but he did it blue. And then some idiot painted it and did an absolutely horrible job. So this time we wanted to do it red, and this is 1968 Corvette Rally Red. I don't know if you could get this on a pickup or not, I doubt it, but it turned out pretty good. It looks a little, on camera, from what I can see, it looks a little bit lighter than it actually is. This is a fairly deep red in person. But it turned out good. Everything went on even. And obviously we don't have a paint booth here. This is just the garage. So we had that little heater up there, which worked like a champ. It pretty much was running all day. We had the heater running, had the garage door cracked just a little bit, and then had the door back there cracked just a little bit. And that allowed enough airflow through here to get the overspray out, or just kind of keep the overspray at bay. But the heater kept it warm enough in here. According to the thermometer on the wall over there, which is fairly accurate, it was about 80 degrees in here all day, and the truck itself was about 75 degrees in here all day. And then just to make sure that that had kind of an accurate air temperature, because it kept just building up hot air up here at the ceiling, and it would trip the whatever temp sensor early. So it would be 80 degrees up there, but down here it wouldn't be. So I got a fan just to blow cool air onto the heater, just to kind of break up that little hot air bubble up there, and that worked really good, and that kept it pretty accurate. You can just see all the overspray just kind of flaking off of it. But yeah, overall it went really good. I mean, it is a really, really good color. Turn the light on real quick. It's a little bit dark on this side. Yeah, it just turned out good. So now things can start happening. I'm gonna try, not this weekend because I just want to make sure that the paint's cured good, but next weekend I'm gonna try and get the gauges in it, get the oil pressure gauge hooked up, maybe see about finding some kind of seat to put in it, because the one that it had is absolute trash. But this was a big deal. Now things can start really happening, because this was holding it up quite a bit because we couldn't do anything else. So there it is. I'm as happy as can be with it. It's got four coats of clear on the inside, and then we accidentally mixed up too much clear. So the outside actually has 6 coats of clear on it, which is white rand right there. So it should be a paint job that lasts. It's all sealed up, and it is we did it just by textbook the way we were supposed to, so it should be good for a good while. But yeah, so now I can just keep finishing the mechanical stuff. I'm not sure what I'm gonna. My original plan is I only wanted to get this computer reprogrammed once, so I was gonna go ahead and put a cam in and do some stuff and then send the computer out to get it reprogrammed, but I would just kind of like to get it running, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do. I may try and, from what I've read, the big deal that I was concerned about is that it doesn't have the rear 202 sensors, because you can't see them. It only has the front 2 because it doesn't have any catalytic converters. But from what I've read about this OBD2 system is the rear O2 sensors, all they do is they'll trigger the check engine light. They don't change how the motor run, or they don't change like the fuel mixture or anything, is what I've read. So if that's true, then we could get it running without having to reprogram it, because I would like to just get it reprogrammed once, but if we try and start it and for whatever reason the whatever sensors are acting up, then I'll just have to get it sent off. But so I don't know, I'll probably try and see if it'll finish everything up and see if it'll start and run even without the catalytic converters in it. I don't know, these GM computers are weird. They just, in my opinion, they're running too much stuff through those computers, because anything you change, they just freak out. So that's the plan. Next weekend I'm just going to be working on strictly trying to get this thing running instead of messing with body work, because pretty much this was the hard part that we needed to get done. And so I'm going to go back to working on mechanical stuff because it needs a drive shaft in it. That's the big thing. That's pretty much the last piece of the puzzle for the drivetrain. And my dad's just going to keep he just want to keep working on the body work and stuff since the wiring's done. And most of the body work on the doors and hood and fenders are already done. They just need just a couple little finishing touches. So I guess he's going to work on that, and then I'll keep working on trying to get this thing running. I don't know, next weekend may see if it'll run, but I don't know. Progress was made. This was a really, really big step, and there was a lot of stress over this. Just because we did paint this in the middle of winter. You know, it's late January right now. And I think it was about 32 or 38 degrees while we were outside while we were painting this thing. But this setup worked really good. There's looking over it, I mean, we couldn't find any dust in the paint. You know, that's why everything's all freaking wrapped up. We sweeped out and vacuumed the garage twice, sweeped out the driveway in front of the garage too. And so taking all that time and prep work really, really, really paid off in the paint job of this thing, because it turned out really good. Like, I don't even think it's going to need any color sanding or anything. And overall, I mean, there's some kind of dents here and there that you could just barely make out. But I mean, I don't even think those are going to even matter that much, because they're hard to see as it is. And again, this is with 6 coats of brand new clear on it. Once this thing sits in the sun a little bit, it's going to lose some of that sheen, and they won't even be noticeable. But yeah, big step for this thing, and I just absolutely... I was trying to see if the camera would look a little bit better. The camera does not do this color justice. But I just absolutely just loved how this dash looked. It's going to have... I think what I'm going to do is... So the gauge cluster is black, obviously. That's been shown. So I'm going to leave the glove box door black. It's going to have the radio from the Tahoe, if I can find the faceplate. It's got the silver, whatever stock HVAC controls. Or I guess it's just heater controls because there is no AC. And I think I may do the ashtray black too. So what I've been debating, that I think I already have an idea on what I'm going to do. But so there's the chrome grille that was sitting on this thing. And I thought about maybe just, you know, going all red and then blacking out the bumper and the grille and that stuff, and the wheels, but I do not think that's the direction I want to go with this thing. What I think I'm going to do is go with the chrome grille, go out to Bob's, get a chrome front bumper, and then the only problem is going to be this rear bumper, because somebody put this on before my dad got it, and, well, it's all taped up now, but this is not the bumper for this truck. The mount comes on here, and the mount on both sides, they bent out to fit onto the frame. It has one bolt on each side holding it on there, and then it's just like 220 welded all the way around the whole thing. So there's no way that would ever easily come off. So what I may try doing, if I can find a decent paint to do this, is scuff the whole thing down, clean it up, get all the rust off of it, and then I may try and find some of that, like, whatever chrome spray, replica crap, whatever, just to make it look like, you know, just to kind of make it look similar to chrome, because it wouldn't be much of a problem back here because nothing else other than the bumper and the exhaust tips are really going to be shining like that. But so that's what I think I'm going to do. And then the wheels, these wheels for a while are probably going to stay on here. I'll just paint them silver, kind of like how these are, just do it better, and leave those on there until I feel like changing them, because I kind of like to not blow all my money on this thing if I can avoid that. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan going forward as of now. Paint turned out really good. It took, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 hours to get this thing all painted, but it went exceptionally well. This one isn't quite as bad as the other side. I'm trying to see, yeah, right there you can see it just a little bit. But it's not bad, since, I mean, there are 6 coats of clear on there, so that's going to sand out with 1000 grit and be buffed out, no problem. They won't even be there anymore. So, overall, really good, really happy with it. And this was just an absolutely huge step for this thing. This is the color this thing should have always been. So now, just keep moving forward, I guess. It's getting closer. Every day it's getting just a little bit closer.